Yes, yes. Welcome in again, everyone. It's the One Burner Bachelor, 37 steps up high above the city. Extra excited today. Right here, you can see maybe surrounded by two sets of tongs with some nice, correct materials so I can use that in my new saute pan and not scratch it. Have been delivered to me and sent to me in the mail from my big sister and my favorite brother-in-law. They also sent me my favorite new saute pan. Already going on in the saute pan right now is some buttery spread country premium. A couple of good scoops of that. We're on medium heat. We're going to let that bubble a little bit, and we're going to use that as a big part of today's request from John, one of my faithful viewers. My take on a grilled cheese and tomato. Nothing more fancy than that, just a grilled cheese and tomato. So that's what we're going to do. But first we're going to remove these all metal tongs, which could possibly scratch our new pan. And the tongs have been kind of complaining about the airtime they've been getting anyways. But they'd scratch my pan, so I've had to use them sparingly. But anyways, thank you again to my big sister and my favorite brother-in-law, the One Burner Bachelor. We're keeping things shined up. And my take on a grilled cheese and tomato coming up. Okay, yes, we're back. Now, the grilled cheese, which was one of the two dishes that the real chef mentioned that he would ask a cook to make to see if he really knew what he was doing. To me, if you're going to make it fancy, you're going to make it fancy. And the reason I had that buttery spread slowly melting in my favorite new saute pan is so I could add some of this grated Parmesan Romano to it, to now let that combine with our buttery spread, which we're going to mix around with our favorite weapon of choice right now, our slotted wooden spoon. And then we are going to add our sliced tomatoes to this. So let me do that right now. Yep, I'm going to use my fingers. I cut them a little thicker than you might normally cut a tomato slice to put on a cold sandwich, only because, what we've learned is there's a lot of moisture, especially in vegetables. And as they begin to cook a little bit and reduce, I'm actually going to put this piece in face side down just to get some juice and flavor out of it. I may not use it on the grilled cheese and tomato, but I'm going to get it happening. The tomatoes, they were on the vine. There's the vine. I took that one off the vine to cut it up. Were $1 a piece, but my friend at the Blue River convenience store gave me the 4 of them for $3. And our country spread is right here. Our Clover Valley Parmesan Romano cheese, not expensive as the real brand stuff, but it still does the trick on the One Burner Bachelor. So what we're going to let go on right now is in that buttery mix, in that cheese mixture, and those sliced tomatoes are all just going to get happy for a little bit. And we'll take it from there. The One Burner Bachelor, new tongs. Thanks, everybody. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. And because I want you to see this, again, I wish you could smell it. The smell of that grated cheese coming off of that pan, mixing with the tomatoes and the buttery spread that's in there. What I'm doing right now, I wish I could fit more than 2 pieces of this wheat bread in there, but right now I can't. I'm just going to continue to let these tomatoes do their thing in that buttery mix and that mixed Parmesan Romano grated cheese, the shaken cheese we called it growing up as a kid. So I'm just going to let that bread, it'll start to soak up first, and then it'll start to toast because I'm going to turn the heat back up, which won't hurt the cheese or the tomatoes, and let that bread start to toast a little bit. Flip it back over, and then we'll take it from there. Oh, the smell is unbelievable right now with those tomatoes and that grated Parmesan Romano cheese. Okay, we'll be back. Angelo's chilling out, loving the smell, but he's just hanging today. We'll be back. Okay, yes, we're back. Truth be told, I've flipped those couple pieces of wheat bread a couple of times, and I've added a nice slice of Clover Valley American cheese to them. And with my new tongs right now, what I'm going to do is I am just going to add, oh my goodness, some of these now really soft, crazy flavorful tomatoes that have been hanging out in that Clover Valley buttery mix, and our grated Parmesan and Romano cheese for a while. They're starting to crisp up on one side. They're not totally crispy yet. So I'm going to put them back that way and let them do their thing for a bit. And that's where I'm going to take my chance now to add my 2 other pieces of my wheat bread loaf, fresh, 100% wheat, however they call that stuff that's good for us. So I'm going to let that rip on that side and continue to let the half in progress continue to do its thing and get more delicious. And then I will probably have to flip that working side, or the one already cooking side, over on top of the new pieces to get that back in the middle of the pan and get the heat going on that, and finish these grilled cheese and tomato. My take on them. They're not easy to make, they're fun to make, and you can make them fancy. All right, we'll be back. 37 steps up high above the city. It's a beautiful afternoon. Thanks, John, for asking for my take on a basic, if there is such a thing, grilled cheese and tomato. We'll be back. Okay, yes, we're back. Once again, the aroma and the smell is taken over. So my piece of wheat bread, number 3 and number 4, toasted nice on one side. I flipped them over. I added another slice of cloverleaf American cheese to each one of those. To be sure, there's plenty of cheese in our grilled cheese sandwich. And I did shake a little more of our grated Parmesan Romano cheese on the top. So I'm going to try right now, on camera live, with my brand new spatula, in my fancy new saute pan, to actually just flip this over, which I did, and get it on top of that newest piece of bread toasting to be the bottom half of our grilled cheese and tomato. And oh, we just pulled it off one more time. So now, in our saute pan, right from scratch, our whole wheat bread, good for you, our sliced Roma tomatoes, sauteed in some butter mix and some tomatoes and some Parmesan and Romano cheese, and added to that bread, which is toasted a little bit with some American cheese on there now to just continue to finish it up and do its thing. I've got the heat on just about medium. I'm going to actually get in there again with this, my brand new spatula, because I'm feeling good about it. And I'm going to spin that over again. I'm going to leave this one turned this way because it looks like this piece has already begun toasting nicely. And so we're going to just let these things do their thing for a little bit. We're 8.5 minutes in. It smells fabulous. The grilled cheese sounds easy to make, but to make it a good one and show you know what you're doing is not always easy. But hopefully we're pulling that off. We'll be right back, everyone. Go on, Burn a Bachelor. Okay, yes, we're back. I almost forgot to do a final shot of the final dish. So I've already wrapped one of them up in foil to take to my friend Victor from Boost Mobile. But here is the finished product. Grilled cheese and tomato, not only with the tomatoes sauteed in a buttery, mixed shaker cheese combination, but so was that wheat bread, which is now wheat toast, and American cheese was added to that and melted. So I'm going to flip it over one more time with my hand. The smell is awesome. Yeah, we're almost 10 minutes on a grilled cheese and tomato sandwich, but that's my take on it. And it smells fabulous, and oh, it's going to be good. And thank you, John, again, for a request for something to see me make. And I hope you're satisfied with it. We're 37 steps up high above the city. Thanks, everyone. Please keep viewing. Please keep sharing. We're doing the best we can. 37 steps up high above the city. Hope to see you next time on the One Burner Bachelor.